So I just discovered the hard way that the video capture app I'm using only records in 5 minute intervals unless you pay a ridiculous amount of money for the full version. So I'm just going to record these in 5 minute videos. So if I get cut off abruptly, which I probably will from time to time, that's why. So as I was saying, this is part 2.2, I guess. As I was saying in part 2.1, some of these photos will be inverted. So this doesn't matter because once you start georeferencing these photos with the satellite imagery, it'll just correct itself. There is a tool to invert each raster uh, before you do that, but like you can do that. It's just they'll both achieve the same results. So these are all ground control points that are automatically generated from the auto registration tool. You can see if you zoom in that it's pretty good. Like I've never had problems with things not lining up too well. Like you'll get one of these, but later on you'll notice that once you start generating seam lines, that ArcGIS does a pretty good job of blending things together. Um, this is another example of it appearing to not look good, but it's important to mention that there are some locations that I wasn't able to Mosaic that well. These are areas, if you look in the 1933 layer, they're usually on the outskirts of town at the time, like farmland or natural areas that haven't been developed yet. This is because it's a lot easier for ArcGIS to mosaic images that are clearly defined like this. Like if you have a road and a bunch of buildings next to each other, it'll register together. You can play around with it and see if you can come up with a better solution. Like you can maybe import manual ground control point here if you want. This is a kind of a time-consuming process though. In this case, it looks like control point 65, I don't know, seems to have more of a problem trying to mosaic um, areas in the Otto River, for example. So if you get rid of that, you get a bit more of an alignment. So that's something to notice. I'll get rid of 64 and 65 now. So 65 was a different control point, but once I deleted the other 65, um, it updated. So we'll get rid of those two as well. So yeah, that aligns it a bit better, but as I said before, the seam lines tool is really good at blending things together, and once you start to add even more photos, then it sort of combines things or blends things together a lot efficiently. So as you can see, the ground control points, there's one green one and one red one showing where the two images are combined together. So if you have something like this where both the red and the green are close together, then you have a good mosaic. So when that's done, you go up to the georeferencing toolbar and you hit update georeferencing, and then you right click your mosaic dataset, and then you add rasters, and then you just drag these two rasters in. Oh, no, you have to go dataset for this one right here. Press OK, and then it'll upload to your mosaic dataset. And then your mosaic dataset will automatically appear in your table of contents. I'll just get rid of these for now, or permanently, I guess, because you don't need them anymore. So here's your mosaic dataset. The green line is the footprint for each photo. This pink line right here showing the boundary for the whole thing. I don't know. I never really used it much.